KD360 here. This is take 3 of episode 2 of the Foreplay podcast because for some reason my OBS was not picking up audio. I do not know why. Picking up my voice, but it wasn't picking up the voice of the people I'm talking to on Discord, and I would like to introduce them. Today we have Pinstripe, Paragon, the JRPG enthusiast.
Bows.
And we have your boy Jake, Scrub Extraordinaire.
Yeah, good. What's good?
Anyways, we were talking about, some other news about Call of Duty and Overwatch, but we already discussed it and, don't feel like discussing it again. And I guess I'll go over what we've been playing lately since I don't want to run it down. We don't want to run it down for you guys again for like 10 minutes. Pinstripe, he got Horizon Zero Dawn. He's been loving it. I don't know what the hell Jake's been playing. I forgot if he's even been playing anything.
Xenoverse game, because I got them for like $10 each.
Oh yeah, he's been playing Xenoverse because there was a sale where you could get them for $15. And I've been playing Dark Souls 1 and 2. Was gonna play Disgaea, but apparently 100%ing it takes 200 hours. So I'll do that some other time. Anyways, we're gonna start with PlayStation news first because there wasn't much news in other that really mattered. It was just like you having to buy the map pack for COD 4 Remastered again, and Blizzard cracking down on EXP farmers. But we're moving on to PlayStation. So this month, PlayStation Plus users will get Disc Jam for the PS4, Tearaway Unfolded, Under Night and Birth for the PS3. I already have this game and it's kind of dead. Earth Defense Force 2025 PS3, and Lumo, which is cross-buy, so PS4 and Vita, and Severed for the PS Vita. Pinstripe, have you played any of these games, and would you recommend any of them? Because I know like you're the, I guess you're the PlayStation guy, even though
Honestly,
you're kind of master race. But
the only game out of that list that I've ever heard of and played is Tearaway Unfolded, and that was pretty fun.
okay, so you heard it here. Pinstripe said it's a good game, so if you're looking for good free game to play, go get Tearaway Unfolded. Me personally, I like Under Night and Birth. It's a fighting game.
Oh, I've heard of that one too, but like you were saying, there's no reason to play because it's dead.
Yeah, it's not very popular unless you have some competitive offline scene or something, or you just want to, dive into the single player. Go ahead and get it. But if you're looking to play online, you're probably going to be really disappointed because the online community is dead. And all right, so PlayStation Update 4.50 is out, and this is actually a pretty significant update. So there were a lot of changes, but I noted down the ones that I thought were the most important to users. I don't know. I haven't used my PS4 a lot, so I don't know. So you can now use external storage to install your content or move content from your PS4 to it, and it supports up to 8 terabytes. Notifications now appear in a single list. You can now voice chat on remote play supported devices. You can now customize your home screen background with a screenshot. You can now post animated GIFs to activities and social apps. When signed into the app, your status is shown as mobile so you can communicate while you're away from the PS4. You can make a party public or private after it has been made. You can now respond to party invites from the message. And yeah, that's what I wrote down. And there was something about the share factory that was added to that made it a lot easier to use, but I didn't note that down. I'm sorry. But are any of these significant to you or Jake?
The only thing that sounds like something I would use is just the fact that you can, the thing with the parties.
Yeah.
It's like making them public and all that. But like other than that, like none of the other features really affect me at all.
I think for me personally, the external hard drive one might be nice because I kind of didn't feel like swapping out the PS4 hard drive because that meant installing the firmware
Hard drive
again.
still quick.
Actually, yeah, that one is also pretty nice.
Yeah, so.
So,
Because when you think
uh,
about it, like each game
But
is
then
like
again, I
30
might
and 50 gigs.
when I get my PS4 Slim, I might get a solid state drive for it because those shaved off loading times are actually pretty nice.
so KD,
Yeah.
did you say you could like just plug up an external storage device for? Would that include like extra storage, or is that just for the firmware and all that?
Oh, what do you mean? Because like with an
Like, could I
external.
use it for more saves or
Oh yeah,
games?
yeah. You can install your games and saves and stuff on the
Oh,
external hard drive, and you can even move stuff that's already on your PS4 to it.
oh, then yeah, that too.
Yeah, and that's a lot easier than swapping the hard drive out because then you'd have to
And
install the firmware over again.
And that's definitely the external hard drive was a need because
And I'll
think
swap
about
it out for an SSD because it'll
well,
load a lot faster.
dude,
But
the reason why needing more space is just because the fucking games are like between what 20 and 50 gigs.
yeah, like that's ridiculous. I got a 1 terabyte data cap now. I gotta be careful. God, it sucks, but like at least my download speeds are blazing fast, so I download the games in like 20 minutes.
2 hours from
Like I could go digital, but I don't want to because data cap. Freaking Xfinity, you guys suck. but yeah, life on PS4 is a lot easier now. So all right, let's move on to a hot topic. Of course, you know, Horizon Zero Dawn came out. Pinstripe, you got the game, so please bless our ears with your game experience.
Okay, so first off, let me just say, I've been looking forward to the game since I saw the very first E3 trailer.
Yeah,
And-
I remember you were pretty excited.
I'm like, oh my god, this game looks freaking amazing, and it is still really good. It kind of went past my expectations because, you know, as time went on, like, you know, I saw some more gameplay of it. I kind
Yeah.
of got a feel of what the game was going to be like. And I must say, I'm impressed. The graphics, I mean, I'm on a regular PS4, so like I'm not expecting like any boosted like graphics or performance, but it still looks amazing. Like, you know, that a lot of games on console they lock at 30, right?
Yeah.
Now it's not at 60, but it's like probably in between somewhere, I would say, if not at 30.
Really? You think
But-
it's in like the 40s or something?
Yeah, because I mean, it runs smoother than an average console game, in my opinion.
Probably have to
But
check
it's
Digital
still not-
Foundry.
Yeah, but it's still not like a PC like smooth.
Yeah, but
And
it's all good. Still a
yeah,
good game though, right?
yeah, the gameplay. I know you said you thought it was kind of slow. It can be.
It's just like I see that the combat gets more interesting later in the game though, because at first all I'd see is like, I'm like, is this it? You're just shooting arrows and stuff, but then I see you can like set traps and stuff.
Yeah, there's like traps. There's, you know, obviously different kinds of arrows, like some that will like blow off certain parts of the robots, so then that does a lot of damage to them as opposed to just shooting them in the eye, which is what they kind of try and get you to do at the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just another. I mean, I'm not trying to compare it to anything,
Mhm.
but like, just like, you know, I guess The Witcher and like Fallout, where, you know, later on you just get weapons that just make your experience better instead of just doing the same boring thing.
I see what you mean. And like, are you interested in the story at all?
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I cut you off,
No.
but
I mean, you're helping me move along, so I'm not rambling. So
so like you really like the story. That's
yeah, like I don't want to spoil too much,
like
just
I remember.
because like
Oh, sorry, I cut
I know
you
you
off
saw
again.
the.
Yeah,
It's fine. I know you saw the stream
yeah.
of it, and like I'm pretty sure you've seen like most of the story,
Yeah, it
except
was-
to where I played.
I was like, when are you gonna stream again? This part of the game looks really
Yo, Katie.
interesting. You haven't
Yeah.
streamed since.
Katie, like when you mentioned Horizon Zero Dawn, I don't know why, but for some reason I got that game and No Man's Sky confused.
What the fuck?
I was like,
What the fuck
I was
is
like-
wrong with you?
I was like,
Excuse-
wait,
pardon my
I was-
French,
I
but
was like-
what the hell were you
I was like-
thinking?
I was like, why is Pinstripe saying this game's good? This game was trash. And I look up the game, I'm like, oh right.
Oh,
Okay,
dude, if
that's
you would have
why.
said that, I was going to kill you.
You thought Horizon
Yeah, that's
Zero
why I
Dawn
was really confused. I looked up the game to make sure I'm thinking the right game. I was like, wait, why the hell is he saying this game's good?
He thought it was No
Fucking
Man's
idiot.
Sky. Oh my
No
god.
Man's Sky is clearly the best PS4 title ever.
Was that a
Oh my
PS4
God.
exclusive? Oh yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
it
It was
was.
a PS4 exclusive.
It was
wasn't?
supposed to be.
It was.
Oh yeah, because it was on PC too. That's right. Remember, Steam ripped that garbage apart.
Yeah.
God, dude. Yeah,
Oh my-
dude.
Yeah. The story's pretty
There
good.
was another game that came out on that E3 that, what was the thing that we thought was Shadow of the Colossus 2?
That
What
was-
the hell was
That was
The Last
the
Guardian?
Yeah.
that now?
A continue
Yeah, it came out in like December, noob.
I can get that for $20 right now.
Freaking idiot. Okay,
Continue.
so yeah, I don't want to spoil too much of the story, but essentially, I don't know what to say without spoiling anything.
Oh,
Like you're traveling the land, killing machines. That has nothing to do with the story, really.
It seems
I don't
people are
know.
having a blast
Stop.
killing those robots though.
Oh yeah, it's pretty rewarding. Although I will admit that there are sometimes, I don't know if it's just like me or if it's just like a gameplay glitch, but there's times where I'm like, "Oh my god, I know I hit you right in the eye." But then it's like, "Oh no, it's a body shot," or I completely miss. But I think that'll happen in anything, really. For me, the gameplay feels kind of like a mix of Tomb Raider a little bit, but with a lot more stealth. I like the newer Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I was a huge fan of that
I mean,
game.
you mean
so-
Do you mean like the Rise of the Tomb Raider game or the reboot thing? Or
The-
like
I've only played the reboot. I haven't played Rise yet.
Okay. Good. Oh, I thought you had Rise of the Tomb Raider. I keep thinking
I
that
have
you
it. I just haven't played it.
Dude, you need to play that game.
I
You-
know.
You need to
I
play
know.
that game. Like this is very. This is like a very. This is a very good game. You gotta play it.
Yeah. Anyway,
Okay, let's
So-
move on. Oh,
yeah.
did you have anything else to say about Horizon Zero Dawn before we moved on?
I will say, it probably won't win Game of the Year because of freaking Zelda.
Yo, it's getting nines though. You know, it's a nominee, but like
Yeah.
competition is gonna be tough this year, and it's not even
Oh, yeah.
because of just Zelda. Like we've got some giants.
Persona
headed.
5.
But freaking yeah, on to the next one. This is another giant, right? I wish this game was not delayed on PC, and I wish Keeler was here because he has the game, and the reason he's not here is because he's probably playing the living shit out of that game right now.
Oh, I know which game.
Nier Automata. I saw gameplay. Like I remember I was watching the HPMP podcast episode you were on. I was like, Nier Automata, what is this? I'm like, where the fuck is my wallet? God. But you know, there's a PC version, so I gotta wait until the freaking 17th. Cause you know, Sony was like, just delay it on PC. Just do it. We need this game. And I'm seeing all this crazy garbage, like people were fantasizing over the characters, but freaking dude, the developer is having fans. They're making like lewd fan art of the character, and the developer or the creative director or whatever told them that every week they need to have a zip folder of like all the fan art of the 2B character on the internet to give it to people that want it on Twitter. And I'm just like, oh my god.
What?
Yeah, like dude, this guy The creative director is crazy. He wears this crazy thing on his head that he never takes off. Like this game is like some like weird new machine. And on top of this, last night I was browsing Twitter. Apparently there is dialogue in the game where the developer is like, "Oh, you're thinking about fucking 2B right now, aren't you?" Because the controversy about her butt, and there's an achievement in the game that requires you to look up her skirt 10 times. Like that's
What was
crazy.
that?
That was my phone. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
But
That was addicted.
yeah, like this game is a whole different, and it's getting really high scores. So like I don't know, man. I'm super excited to play this game on PC. I didn't want to play it on console because 30 frames, but it's worth the wait. But yeah.
Yeah, I still need to play the first Nier.
Was Automata on your radar at all?
I mean, I was definitely interested in it, but it was also one of those games where I don't know if it, like, how it connects to Nier Automata. I don't know if they're like, that was so stupid.
Apparently, from what I've seen, I think it's a prequel, but you know, I don't know.
I might play it first then.
I don't know much about the I don't know much about the series, so
yeah.
Anybody that is an expert in the Nier series, please correct me. But yeah, I can't wait. That was one of my games that was on my radar. And before we move on to Microsoft, I did not note this down, but I'm here to give a public service announcement to all gamers. One of the greatest games of 2017 and one of the greatest franchises in the JRPG genre and in gaming in general will be coming out on April 4th unless it gets delayed again. So get your damn wallet and give Atlas your money. Do it.
Do it.
All right. So let's move on to Microsoft. We got a pretty hot topic here. So they announced the Xbox One Game Pass. Pretty much what this is. You don't have to be an Xbox Live member to take advantage of this, but for $10 a month, you will be able to have access to 100 Xbox, like pretty much it's 360 and One games like combined, but you get access to 100 of them. You can download them and just play them. No streaming at all. For $10 a month. How do you guys feel about this? For me personally, I think this actually might be the reason for me to get an Xbox, because I pretty much missed out on the whole 360 era. In the time I did have a 360, I only booted it up once to play Assassin's Creed Revelations, and I didn't even like it, so I traded my 360 in. So yeah, how do you guys feel about the Xbox Game Pass?
It's, I mean, I can definitely see why, like, people would use it, but personally, I don't know if I would, because, like, a lot of the exclusives that I personally would play, I mean, one probably won't even be on there. You know,
Is it that Tales game?
There's Tales of Vesperia that, you know, we didn't get here on PS3. There's like
Stalker.
What's it called? There's Lost Odyssey, which I don't know if that would be on there or not. Blue Dragon probably would be, I'm guessing, because I know that was kind of big.
Yeah.
Is this only 360 games, or is this Xbox One?
I believe there's Xbox One and 360 games, but I think it's mostly 360 games, and that's why.
I hope they're kind enough to put Sunset Overdrive on there.
Like, that's why it's good for me, because like I said, I pretty much missed like the whole I missed the whole 360 era. Like, I played Halo 3, and
Halo 3,
like, that's pretty much it. Like, I've never played Gears of War. The only Forza I played is the one that just came out. Like a lot of those exclusives I missed out on. I hope Nuts and Bolts is not on there, because that game is trash. And I hope Conquer Live and Reloaded is not on there because I can't stand looking at the graphics. Oh yeah, and I believe if you do have the Xbox One Game Pass, you get a 10% discount on a DLC for the supported games. And every month, like some games will rotate in and out. But yeah, I might get an Xbone for this. Probably not a Scorpio. I'll probably get an Xbox One S because it's really small and it has a 4K Blu-ray player. but,
Yeah, I definitely want to get an X-Bone down the line, like mainly for Sunset Overdrive.
because
But
like pretty much everything else is on PC.
yeah,
Like even Halo 5.
almost everything else.
Like
like-
even Halo 5 is on PC and it's free. God.
Like, it's. I mean, it would just feel like I'm spending, almost $300 just to play one. I mean, honestly, while I'm interested in Sunset Overdrive, I'm not going to say, oh, it looks like the greatest game of all time. It looks like maybe pretty good or mediocre at best. Because, we have another game just like it, Infamous.
Yeah.
So it's like, unless my friend's like, hey, dude, I'm selling my whole Xbone collection, like, for $50. Would you want it? And I'd be like, I guess.
Jake.
Yeah, like,
oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
is there any, like, good Xbone exclusives besides that?
We were supposed to get
Besides
scale
Gears of
bound.
War?
They're supposed to be scale bound, but that got canceled
Yeah.
because I guess Microsoft wanted co-op, and the developer cherishes 60 frames per second. So like with co-op, it wasn't happening. So he was like, "We can't do it," and Microsoft was like, "All right, we're scrapping your project." So yeah, no scale bound.
I think the only other game I would get would be Rare Replay.
They should have just put scale bound on the freaking Scorpio, but no Xbox left behind and all that stupid garbage. No, I feel like that's what's gonna hold the Scorpio back, like, because they're literally doing it where like, oh, if it can't run on the Xbox One, it won't come out. Because I think even Sony did this with the PS4 Pro. They were like, PS4 users aren't gonna get left behind. We're not gonna get exclusive games. But I feel like if they want these consoles to sell eventually, they're gonna have to break that promise, because it's like the games aren't gonna be living up to their potential, and it's gonna suck. Like the Scorpio could be the first true 4K console, but if they're gonna can games because the original Xbone can't run it, then what's the point? Like, all I want from these consoles, I want 1080p 60 frames per second on every game. I could care less about 4K. No, let's not value 60 FPS. Let's just value 4K. At least on the PS4, you have settings. So like if you want a 1080 60 or 1080 with better visuals or 4K, like, that's cool, but I feel like we just need 1080 60 on every game. And I feel like they should have spent more time, or at least Sony should have spent more time with the PS4 Pro. They just rushed that out in response to the Scorpio, and that wasn't really a good idea. Jake, would you get the Xbox One Game Pass?
Probably.
Okay. Haven't you played like all those 360 games? Like, wasn't a 360 your first console? Jake?
I've only played it.
He cut out. You've only played what?
I didn't cut out. My mic got unplugged.
Oh, but you didn't play all those 360 games already? 360 was your first console, right?
Technically the Wii. Actually, technically the PS2.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, my mic got unplugged. My mom was
Alright.
times like,
But yeah,
trying to
you're
record.
and
now she's like making me pay for my phone.
you're cutting like in and out, dude. Jesus.
Funny.
Too.
Jake, you're cutting in and out. You might want to adjust your noise gate. on in the
I just
Discord settings.
switched to my built-in mic.
Oh
Better.
God! All right. Okay, you're really loud, so I gotta turn you down just a little bit.
Well, I just switched to my built-in mic, which is like in front of me.
All right. All right. So GameStop's stock drops after Xbox One Game Pass is announced. Is anybody shocked by this? Like,
Oh, not at all.
yeah, the sad reality is that used games are dying. Like this makes me upset because some games I do want on discs, especially since I have a goddamn data cap. But like physical media is slowly dying, and $10 a month for access to 100 360 games. Like, what the heck is GameStop supposed to do about that? Like, their investors are probably like, they're probably crapping themselves right now.
Yeah. Like, even though, again, I couldn't see myself purchasing this mainly because I do have a PS3.
Yeah,
Like, that is a hell of a deal.
it is, dude.
Like, if you think about it, that's what 120 a year for 100 plus games.
Yeah, and they're
Like,
they're
yeah, you're
rotating
still
in and
paying
out.
for it. Yeah. Like, you're still paying for it over time, but you still get to experience all these games that
Yeah.
you may not have tried before for $10 a month.
Yeah, it's pretty
Like,
much you pay the price of 2 games for a year to access to
Honestly-
100 plus.
like,
Honestly,
it's
this
like
is like
GameFly.
honestly, this is what PlayStation Now should have been.
Yeah, like PlayStation Now, they need to cut that streaming garbage and they need to make their service so that you can just download the game and then just play it. Like, put PS2 games on there, put PS3 games on there, and put some PS4 games on there. And like they've got.
Don't get me wrong, I like PlayStation Now's ideology, like the way it was supposed to be, the way we thought it was.
Yeah,
I just don't like the streaming part.
yeah.
If it was a downloaded game, cool. But like, if I just don't like the streaming part. But as per PlayStation Now itself, I like it. Just not that part of it.
I also don't like how PlayStation Plus members don't get some sort of discount. I think that's kind of dumb, but I don't know. I don't know what the
Plus
price
members
is.
don't get shit anymore. The 2 free games are ass, usually.
Yeah, the games are
Well,
usually garbage. Like, I can't even.
They
Like,
used to be
Like,
godlike,
don't get me
though.
wrong, I'm sure some of the indie games are good, but
Yeah.
it's like it's going to take a lot. I mean, I don't want to like bash on any indie developers here, but it probably would take me a lot to like try the game just
Yeah.
because that takes up valuable space on the hard drive.
and time. It's like I could be
Time.
playing a better game right now, and people,
Well,
they don't want to risk.
The 2 free games used to be godlike, though. That's
Yeah.
probably.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, people don't want to risk
the only
wasting
reason
time
I
on a
still
bad game.
That's the only reason I still have PS Plus on like my old account is so I can
Mhm.
still play all those older games that I had. Especially since when they used to do like PS1 classics as some of the games, like nowadays that would be taboo just
That's-
because they really don't support them anymore.
Did I tell you that
But-
Scott Pilgrim magically showed up on my account? Like,
Did
yeah, on Christmas Day last year, I go to my download history. I think it was to download the new Blaze Blue game, and I see Scott Pilgrim on top of the thing. I'm like, where the hell did this come from? I thought you couldn't even get this game anymore. And I think what happened was, I think I got it when it was free for PlayStation Plus members, and it just like vanished from my download history after my PS Plus ran out. And then when Christmas came around, it just like, even though that wasn't when I renewed my PS Plus, it just magically showed up in my download history again. I'm not 100% sure, but
Merry Christmas.
I need to play through that game with somebody.
Let's
but
go.
according to Memba, the online is kind of
Oh,
like,
it was.
it's kind of bad. That sucks, dude. That's
Did you ever see my video? God, I forget. I don't even know if it was. No, it was my video. See, like me and my buddy, we kind of had our own versions of it.
yeah.
But I had one of the online of the game, and
Mhm.
it was bad. I mean, especially when it first came out. Like, I'm sure they fixed it.
Hmm.
But like when it first came out, my God, I was glitching through the walls, like to the point where I couldn't even get back in the game. Like we had to start over.
Yeah. Oh God, that sounds scary.
Kind of was.
Jesus. All right. So yeah, Microsoft or not Microsoft. Microsoft made a great move. GameStop, you better come up with a new
Yeah,
strat to
step the
sell.
fuck up.
Yeah, because like they're trying
And
mobile devices, but it's not working.
And that strat does not include pushing power-up rewards even further down our throats.
Yeah, like
I mean,
it,
I
like
don't
it,
even really like the used game prices anymore over at least my local GameStop because they're only like between used and new. They're like usually only $5-10, most of them.
yeah.
Not counting like when it comes to PS4, Xbox One, like the newer shit, it's like a $5 difference. It really doesn't help me.
I feel like
Used games are only helpful for PS3 and Xbox One.
I feel like if Sony does decide to match this model, then GameStop might be in really big trouble. Oh, but at least they ended the Circle of Life program.
What was that?
It was
How
pretty.
long did that last?
Apparently, like it's been a thing for a while, but somebody just recently started to complain about it. But the Circle of Life program, Jake, was pretty much employees had to meet a certain sales quota for used games and other stuff and like pre-orders and stuff, and if they didn't meet their quota, they were fired. And
Bullshit.
employees were pressured to the point where like they felt like they had to lie to consumers in order to get their sales, and it was, it was bad.
That explains
I
why
remember
they all asked me if I asked for a new, they still ask me like, "Are you sure you save a lot of money?" And I'm like, "I'm saving $3."
like the GameStop
Yeah,
I
that's the
go
exact reason why.
like at the GameStop I go to, the employees, they don't really pester me with questions. They'll just ask if I'm a Power Up Rewards member, and they'll ask me if I want to pre-order a specific game. If I say no, they don't keep it going. They're just like, okay. And that's nice because I don't want to be pestered. I don't want to be in there talking about, oh, I would get this game, but the PC version is better. Just give me my game so I can bounce.
I did that one time.
Really?
Well,
Like-
okay, here's what happened, right?
Uh,
So, I wanted the PS4 version of Resident Evil 7. Why, I don't really remember, because it's not like I have PSVR.
Mm.
And so I go up to the... Oh, wait, no. First, I just need to go back just a little bit.
yeah.
For whatever reason, I thought they made a physical release for the PC version.
Really?
Yeah, because usually for the big games, they do.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, let's just see if they got it. I would go up there, they go, oh, yeah, I don't think they made that. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'll take the PS4 version then, because it was like, I was up there, like, And so they didn't have it at the store I went to. And they called the next nearest store, and I'm like, okay, I'll go there. Car ride over there, I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I don't have a PSVR. I don't need the PS4 version right now. So I get there, the guy is like, well, I tell him, hey, I had Resident Evil 4 for PS4 waiting, but I think I'd rather get the Steam key for it. And then he kept trying to convince me to get the PS4 version instead, and I'm just like,
Christ, man.
I'm like, dude, I don't want that one. I want the Steam key.
Give me the damn PC version. I'm
Yeah.
surprised when I go up to GameStop and get Steam cards and I'm like, are you sure you don't want a PSN card? Like, no, you dunce. If I wanted one, I would get one. Give me the
I
damn
ain't blind.
Steam card. Jesus, man. But yeah, I've
Are
heard
you
the
sure
I've heard
Nintendo eShop card.
like I've heard the stories, man. Like God, but yeah, like they were pretty much pressured. You know, I felt bad for them. At least the Circle of Life program is gone now, but
Yeah.
GameStop, man, like they're taking huge L's. If PlayStation matches the Xbox One Game Pass model, I don't think they'll try to, which is kind of dumb. But if they were to, I don't know what GameStop is gonna do.
Yeah.
And a lot of these other, you know, local game stores, I feel like they might have a problem. 'Cause, you know, digital, you know, they're trying to get digital to be the way to go, so that these
GameStop
companies
can
can get as
sell
much money as they
digital
can.
versions.
What, Jay?
I can see where you're coming from.
GameStop's been selling digital versions of.
What?
There's that option.
Oh yeah, GameStop. Yeah, they do sell digital codes for games. They only get a little bit of money when they
Yeah.
sell like a thing for $60 though. But you know, when you buy the game used, they get all of it.
Yeah, I think like a bunch of game stores that sell retro
Mhm.
might be in a little bit better shape. I mean, obviously not that much better,
Yeah.
depending on the location. Like, for example, the only retro game stores in my area, they all sell other things like DVDs, movies. But that, I can't believe I just said that.
Oh yeah. Like
DVDs, movies, like no CDs, you know, books.
No, yeah,
Blu-ray.
you're right. Because the ones around me, they sell like cards and stuff too. So maybe
Oh,
I
and
didn't think
cards.
that one through. Maybe it'll probably just be GameStop that's in trouble.
But you know that's also part of the reason why companies like Plane Trade have gone out.
Yeah.
Like it's only a matter of time before GameStop does it. Like that's one thing they did differently was the various reward systems. You know, I don't know about like the sales if that really affected anything. Like, you know, buy two get one free, that kind of thing. Because as far as I know, the Plane Trade that I used to have, they did that all the time.
Really.
But you know, a part of it's the consumer base that won't trade in games like myself that often because, you know, that is how GameStop makes most of their money. We
Yeah.
all know that. But, you know, it also hurts just to know that, you know, you bought this game for, you know, this high price. You
Yeah, I
know, near
bought it
launch.
for 60 and I opened the plastic right in your face and you're telling me I only get, what is it, 35?
Yeah, so, you know, something like that.
Yeah.
Which it's just frustrating to the point where you don't trade in games unless you absolutely know you won't play them again.
Pretty
Like,
much.
that's part of the reason why I become such a collector. Is just because, you know, there's always that chance I'll miss a game and I want to replay it, especially, you know, with YouTube.
Yeah.
You know, you see a game you've played once, you see somebody else's like sort of view on it, and you're like, oh, this game wasn't that bad. I want to play it again.
Well, not to mention, like, when I just don't like selling the game because I'm not making a profit.
Yeah, that's GameStop's a business. They got a profit. Like it's just that they jip you too hard. That's usually why I wait, and I usually only trade in Nintendo games because, like, even after a while, Nintendo games are still worth quite a bit. So sometimes if I want a new game, I'll be like, oh, let me get my copies of Pokemon that I don't play anymore. Let me get my Mario games because honestly, I'm tired of Mario. Let me look up the trade-up values of Kirby. Like, I always make sure. I'm glad they have the app because now I know how much my games will be worth when I go to trade them in for another one. I don't want to randomly go in there expecting to get a lot of money and then they'll be like, oh yeah, we'll give you 5 cents. Like that garbage when I tried to trade in Daxter and they were like, oh yeah, you're trying to trade in a game that's worth less than a cent. We can't accept it. I was like, what? There's games valued at less than a cent?
Dude, there's like I remember I sold what game was it? It was one game that I didn't like. It had just come out. We got it for $60. They gave me fucking 20.
It's probably
And
because
that's
other
when I
people
got,
don't like it too.
$20. I literally said $20. Are you kidding me? He was like, no, we're serious. I'm like, all right, well, just expect me never to sell a game here ever again. and I walked out the.
Well, that's what happens with
What
crappy
was it?
games. It's like
Godzilla?
No, it wasn't even a crappy game. It was a decent Nintendo game.
you just didn't like it.
I just was, I wasn't a fan.
Oh, I got you. But yeah, it's like, their trade-in values usually tie into like part of it is their greed, and then another part is pretty much like the actual value of the game. But then again, that confuses me because Call of Duty Black Ops 3, a lot of people's favorite Call of Duty. I look on GameStop, trade-in value is $2. I'm so confused because Call of Duties usually have pretty high trade-in value. Like Black Ops is still worth $10.
Katie, I have to look up this trade value right now.
What, for Black Ops 3?
No, for Metroid Prime Federation.
God, dude, that game isn't worth jack.
Oh my god, it's worth $13
What?
What?
How's that game
for
worth
pro
13?
value on trade credit.
That's disgusting.
Dollars.
It's worth more than Black Ops 3, a game people actually
It's worth
want.
more than Daxter.
Well,
Daxter
Daxter
sucks.
sucks.
And
Yeah, but Federation Force was worse.
not than
No.
Daxter. No, as crappy as that
Nothing
game
is
was.
worse than Daxter.
I was like, there's games that are worse than Daxter. It's just like Federation Force. I'm pretty sure Federation Force is like a decent game to play. Daxter just puts you to sleep. It's like Daxter
Just Super Mario
doesn't do
Maker.
jack. But
Game like that.
all right. So games for gold this month. You get Layers of Fear for the whole month. Evolve Ultimate Edition from March 16th until April 15th. Borderlands 2 from March 1st to 15th. And Heavy Weapon from March 16th to 31st. I still have not played Evolve yet. I was supposed to play with Keeler. I don't know what the heck happened. Maybe it's dead on PC. Borderlands 2, got it on PC. Layers of Fear, I haven't played it yet, and I don't have an Xbox, so can't yet. And I don't know what Heavy Weapon is.
I know what Layers of Fear is. That's about it.
What is Layers of Fear?
I think it's a horror game.
Okay. Duh. No, it's a first-person shooter.
No,
Layers of
actually,
Fear.
it's a My Little Pony game.
Oh God.
Sorry, Will.
Jake, are you into any of these games?
Repeat them.
Layers of Fear, Evolve Ultimate Edition, Borderlands 2, and Heavy Weapon. Jake? Where'd he go?
I don't know.
Okay, I guess his silence means no.
Borderlands 2 and Evolve.
Okay.
I don't know what's wrong with my Yeti, but it's not muted, and yet
You
for some
plugged
reason
it in again.
I'm gonna unplug it and plug it back in. Hold on a second,
And you gotta take better care of your mic.
dude. It's literally just standing right here, and this suddenly started.
Probably jam the USB in the port.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
dumbass.
Hey,
Hold on.
at least your mute button isn't caved in. My God, dude.
Oh, at least I'm not crying about it.
But anyways,
Sorry.
back on topic. Microsoft claims that the Scorpio will be the first 4K native console, but Digital Foundry says they use the same method of upscaling with their games that Sony does with the PS4 Pro. So,
Katie, is my mic working, bud?
yes, but yeah, we should. Even though I don't know if any of us are gonna get a Scorpio, but we
I
should probably be skeptical. Microsoft, they could be lying, especially with this no Xbox Left Behind. Apparently, they're trying to match the price of the PS4 Pro with this thing, so I don't feel like it's gonna be native 4K. Because at first they said we were gonna have to pay a premium price for the thing, and now they're backpedaling. So
Why the fuck you lying?
so like, what is going on,
No.
Microsoft?
No,
Yeah,
my
I
god.
think the consumer
Stop fucking lying.
Yeah, you know what probably happened? They were probably like, someone was probably like, "Hey, do you remember what happened with the PS3?" and they were like, "Oh shit, we might have to bring the price down." Because if anyone doesn't remember, the PS3 was $599 US. My God, man.
Complete disaster.
But yeah, like I don't know. It's like it's a 4K console. I feel like if they did release it for 600, I feel like it would still. I don't know. It's a slippery slope, but like if they do match the PS4 Pro price for this thing, there's no way that it's gonna support native 4K. Because having 4K is gonna cost a lot more than $400. Well, not a lot, but a bit more than 400. Probably 600, 700. Like it's.
I mean, honestly, like back when the PlayStation 3 was $600, we had backwards compatibility PS2, PS1.
Yeah, and it had a Blu-ray player. And it had
I thought all the PS3s had a Blu-ray player.
Yeah, they did, but like that was one of the reasons it was 600. And then there was also they had some really powerful technology in the PS3, but the reason it got one upped by the 360 is that it was too hard to develop for because they had some crazy architecture in there. The thing is, the potential of it was amazing. Like I believe Naughty Dog used it to make Uncharted and The Last of Us and some other developers, but then
I would have been cool paying $600 because it like actually had shit that I would use in it.
yeah, it's like the issue with it just was games were running terribly because developers couldn't figure out how to use the foreign architecture that was inside of the PS3. Like the potential was amazing, but if people couldn't figure out how to use it, so games came out pretty terrible, except for the games like Uncharted and Last of Us and stuff. Pretty much, I feel like the games that were like exclusive to the platform, with the exception of Heavenly Sword. I've heard that game ran pretty bad, but like it did its magic. But if every developer had learned how to use it, the PS3 would have been much better off. But if Microsoft's backpedaling on their price, then I feel like we're not gonna get native 4K. And yeah, that kind of sucks. Because native 4K for consoles, like, if you don't want to buy a PC for some strange reason, actually, you know what? $600 price range, it's probably still not worth it because you could still probably get a PC. But if you need it to be that convenient for you, then go ahead.
Katie.
But wait, Jake. We'll talk about it after the podcast. But
well, no, when you get a minute, yeah, but it might relate.
I saw it already. But yeah. Let's see. Enough about Microsoft. Let's get onto the juicy stuff. Because my God, the Switch came out. Nintendo fans are having a field day. We have a lot to talk about when it comes to Nintendo. First of all, the Nintendo Switch, along with Breath of the Wild, break sales records. The Nintendo Switch is the fastest selling Nintendo console on launch in America, Europe, and Australia, even outselling the Wii. Breath of the Wild breaks sales records. It is Nintendo's most successful launch title in their history. It even beats Wii Sports, a game that came bundled with the Wii, and it even beat Super Mario 64, which I personally think is overrated. I still think it's a good game. It was fun to play, but like I don't think it's like one of the greatest games of all time. I'm a Sunshine guy personally, but like
I liked Sunshine and Mario World. I liked 6.
People were probably getting the pitchforks ready. Like, what'd you say about Mario 64?
Do it. Yeah. Mario 64 good. Mario World better.
Mario World hype. What about you, Pinstripe? Were you like a huge fan of Mario 64?
Not really.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Breath of the Wild. So Breath of the Wild, pretty much Nintendo's most successful launch title in their history. Switch being Nintendo's most successful launch console in their history. I feel like this only happened because Breath of
Oh,
the
bro,
Wild was a launch title.
that
And
literally is.
and like, you know what's stupid? Like, we could have got this game so long ago, but they were just like, we need to we need to give people a reason to buy the Switch, so let's just keep delaying Zelda.
Well, weren't they also having frame issues for the longest time?
They still have frame rate issues.
Oh, I'm
They
sure
never
they do.
Yeah, they never bothered to fix them. But you know, good on Nintendo. But I don't know. I feel like like they're gonna be all right for now. But I feel like later on, their sales are gonna reach a pretty big slump.
We get to fuck.
Especially after especially after, you know, all the stuff that's been going on along with the Switch launch. You know, yes, Zelda's out, and I will tell you guys right now, the hype is real. Like, I don't have the game myself, but I've been able to play quite a bit of it over at a friend's house. I've also been watching live streams. The hype for this real is game. Did I say the hype for this real is game? The hype for this game is real. What is wrong with me today? You know, that's how good it is. It's got me mixing my words. Dude, oh my god, dude. Like, and there's still a lot of room for improvement with this game. Like, I'm constantly on my toes when I'm playing Zelda. There's so much crazy crap in the world. Like, the game is just
At least
amazing. Like,
at least it's a day one patch.
like those 10 out of 10s are real. Like, shit, yes, there are frame rate issues, and if anybody knows me, they know how much I hate frame rate issues. But for me, I haven't been playing the Switch version. I've been playing the Wii U version, which I personally think is the best version because that version is not freezing, and that version does not drop down to like 2 frames per second to freeze the game. Like I love Breath of the Wild. It's gonna be an amazing game. I'll get my copy on the 31st. That kind of sucks because I only have less than a week to play it before Persona 5 comes out. Once Persona 5 comes out, everything's shutting down. Like, I'm probably gonna be MIA playing the game till I get the platinum. So yeah, but Zelda hype is real. 10 out of 10. Put this game on your shelf at one point in your life. Like, I've never felt so strongly about a Zelda game, but you know, ever since I saw the gameplay at the Treehouse event, like, I was immediately sold. And
I remember I passed out on the Treehouse event.
yeah, because it was so long.
Well, no, like the thing is, I passed out because I got bored of the sun and moon shit,
Oh yeah.
and then I passed out. I stayed up all night for it. I passed out, and then you were calling me like, Jake, get the fuck in here. This Zelda game looks like the greatest shit ever.
Yeah.
Like literally, because I'm sure everyone else was falling asleep.
Yeah, dude, but
I got bored of this sun and moon shit.
yeah, but yeah, dude, the best moment that we had though reacting to that was when Cooper he drove to GameStop in the middle of the stream, bought a Wii U, pre-ordered Zelda, and bought a shitload of games in the middle of the stream. Like in the middle of like the reaction, like, oh my god, dude, it was
for the Wii U.
it was
Oh my god.
like that was amazing. Like, that was how good this game was to us all that were, you know, watching. And this is just like Horizon Zero Dawn. This game is a legit contender for game of the year, but there's a lot of heavy competition this year. Mass Effect Andromeda's coming out. Shenmue's coming out at, you know, the end of the year. Persona 5's coming in April. I don't think it'll get nominated because I don't think the masses are really into Persona like that, but I know how good Persona is. And that's definitely going to be my game of the year. As much as I love this new Zelda, I'm pretty sure this new Persona game, like, for me, they're probably going to be equally as good, and it's just going to be fanboyism making me give Persona that W. Because I love Persona, the soundtrack, the gameplay, like the weeaboo-ness. It's a nice extra touch.
Yo, quick question.
What?
If Shenmue 3 and Persona 5 came out on the same day, but you could only buy one, which one would
Persona. Even though I haven't played Shenmue for like years on end.
I just wasn't sure which one the answer would be.
But
'cause
it's like
those are
no,
the
like I'm
same-
tired of waiting for Persona. Like I want, I want Persona. But there's more heavyweights coming out. Like this is this is a freaking amazing year for gaming. Like this is phenomenal year. This is the greatest year we've had in a while. So yeah, congrats on Zelda and Switch breaking records. But yeah, let's talk about a little bit of funny news before we get into our last piece of news. The Nintendo Switch launch brings down a huge chunk of YouPorn traffic. Apparently, people they stopped watching porn to play their Switches.
Probably because they couldn't watch porn on their Switch.
Yeah, because the thing doesn't even have a web browser. Like that thing is bare bones at this launch, but we'll get into that later. But yeah, the Switch bringing down YouPorn traffic. But actually, let's get into that piece of news. As great as
Ooh, fuck you.
as great as the launch was, sales wise, like hardware and customer satisfaction wise, no. This launch is probably the worst launch in the history of gaming. Like, this is probably worse than the 360's launch. Like, oh my god, dude. I noted some problems that have been occurring from that 12-minute compilation videos, which has 6 million views. I can't believe 6 million people watched that video. Like, for me, that's insane, and that's really bad for Nintendo because that could have a giant negative impact on sales.
Oh yeah.
Because even if they fix it, people are gonna be like, "Oh, well, I saw this video, and the Switch wasn't working properly, and yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get it." So, issues that we're dealing with. So, first problem that came to mind was interference. Like, you can't have your phone or your laptop in the same room with the Joy-Cons. You can't be near an aquarium. You can't have the Switch behind a TV. You can't pretty much, you can't have a microwave on. I think it has to be on. I think it can't be on. But yeah, like all this silly stuff that causes Switch interference. Like, and then we have, what else we got? The Joy-Cons can be put on the wrong way. And like, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but
Yeah.
they can easily slip on the wrong way, and you gotta pretty much pry them off, which has resulted in people getting cut by their Joy-Cons. Like, this is it, like, insane. Nintendo, the
Yeah,
most family friendly console, like cutting people up. No,
They took the L on that one.
freaking what else? Switches are making weird noises.
That's my favorite.
Yeah. Oh my. Like, I don't know. I might download the video and play a little sample of the type of noises that are going on for the audience. But oh my god, I was watching Shokio's video, and
Blow up.
like his freaking Switch sounded like a nuclear reactor or some crap. Like,
Like,
oh my
no,
god.
it just like a nuclear. This shit sounded like it was gonna fucking explode, Kate.
God, freaking. Is the Switch the new Note 7? Find out next episode of Dragon Ball Z. But freaking yeah, dude. Okay, what else? We got. Oh, so the GPU in the Switch is failing. It's causing like the screen to flicker, like the screen getting blocked by like it gets super messy and you can't see anything. People's screens are blacking out in the middle of games. People's cartridge readers just stop working. Nintendo said dead pixels on a screen are normal.
That no.
Like that's a massive L, Nintendo. Like, oh my god, that's not okay. Like, This is absolutely not okay. There's boot loops, like people can't even launch their Switches because they're getting stuck on that main Switch screen and it, doesn't come off. And the dock, you hear the dock scratches the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, freaking, you have to get a screen protector. It's mandatory. And I actually got cut by my friend's dock because we were opening it up to see what was on the inside. That's not Nintendo's fault. That's really mine for being too curious. But like, oh my god, this launch is god awful, and I feel like this could have a really bad impact on Nintendo. And I feel like this is gonna reinforce the main issues with Nintendo. It's like they don't learn from their mistakes, and they're, Nintendo faithful are defending everything Nintendo does, but you can't defend this horrible launch. Nintendo not taking back Switches and replacing them for dead pixels and all these other crazy issues, and fanboys are gonna accept it. Like, this is why Nintendo is failing. They are like indirectly destroying Nintendo. And I feel like the Switch will do better than the Wii U did. I think it'll sell decently well, but I feel like, it's obviously going to be third place in the console race, and this video isn't going to help them at all. I feel like this could, really have a huge negative impact on sales, and that is bad because if this console doesn't do well, Nintendo might either, pull out of the console, business, and they might go third party, or they might focus on mobile. And with these amazing games that Nintendo has, we don't want that to happen, because we still like the games. The games do matter, but so does power and third party support and all that stuff, because people want one box that will play all the games they want to play, and the Switch can't do that because it's too weak. We've already got confirmations that certain big games aren't coming to this thing. We got this terrible launch. I'm pretty sure the Nintendo faithful are happy with it. Like, I still want to get one in the summer for Splatoon 2, and I pray that these issues are fixed before Splatoon 2 comes out. I'm not buying Mario Kart 8 again, unless, because I think they only added 2 new characters, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, I want Splatoon 2. That's like the only Switch game I'm looking forward to right now, because I'm getting Zelda on the Wii U. I don't want to run into all those crazy problems on the Switch that are going on. But yeah, I've been rambling for a while. Like, have you guys seen that video that I put in the Discord of like all the crap that's been happening with the Switches?
Oh yeah, I watched it a couple times.
Yeah, dude. Like, I was honestly like dying of laughter in here last night.
Oh yeah.
I've never, like, I hadn't been in that much pain from laughter in so long, especially with the weird noises thing. So
Oh my
I
God.
retweeted that video. I was like, I didn't know No Man's Sky was on the Switch.
No, you should have been like, I didn't know No Man's Sky was the Switch.
God, dude,
Like
that was
seriously, it's going to be hard for them to recover from this. Obviously they've got games coming out,
yeah.
but
there
they got to fix the big problem first.
Yeah,
Is the Switches.
yeah, Nintendo. I don't know. They're kind of getting their fans ready for another drought again. I feel, because Mario Kart 8 is coming out, but how many of the Nintendo faithful want to play Mario Kart 8 again? I'm pretty sure they played a lot of Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U. I don't know if they want to play more. Splatoon 2 not till summer, and then after that, I think we're not getting Super Mario Odyssey until the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Jesus Christ. Nintendo, come on, please. Like, I don't know. I feel like the Switch, I don't feel like it's doomed, but I feel like this is not good for the Switch at all. It broke records, and at the same time, it literally broke.
It broke records and it broke people's hearts at the
Mm.
exact same time.
Yep, pretty much.
Like, okay. This is part of the reason why I try not to invest in consoles like right as they come out. Like, obviously there's some kinks they gotta work through, but the main reason is just from my own personal experience. Like, consoles that I've gotten, like, near launch, or like that were basically launch consoles, like the Wii, I got near launch. The PS3, I assume I got a near launch one because it was, compatible with PS2 games.
Mm-hmm.
And the Wii, I mean, that thing didn't even last 2 years. The console itself, not like the system as a whole.
Mm.
And then the PS3, and that lasted about 2 to 3 years. But I mean, I was playing that thing extensively for a while, so it was a bit more understandable. But still, like, you invest in a console hoping it'll work for years and years, not just like broken, and then it's essentially cheaper to just buy a new console. Like,
yeah, like Nintendo fans, I see them, they're bringing up about the PS4 Pro thing, but I guess they didn't know that was just a lie. Like, PS4 Pros are not overheating. Like, that was just a silly rumor that was spread for the sake of Xbox propaganda. These console wars, like, they're hilarious, but they're stupid at the same time. Yeah, but at least we get entertained. But yeah, like, Nintendo, please, like, you're breaking records right now, and your console's literally breaking, and you don't need that to stop your momentum. Because none of us want to see Nintendo fail. Like, we want Nintendo to succeed, but it's obvious that the higher ups at Nintendo they're holding the company back. And
like, I know Reggie had said that they are focusing on the entertainment, but at the same time you gotta focus on the system that brings the entertainment, so shit like this doesn't happen. It was clear it was rushed.
Yeah, this was so rushed. Like when I found out that
this,
announced
this console's name in like October.
Yeah, but like PC talk here. So if you don't understand PC lingo, actually, this is your opportunity to learn, Nintendo fans. So the GPU for the Switch is the NVIDIA Tegra X1. That's how I knew it was rushed, because if they had the Tegra X2, it would have been a lot more powerful. It would have had better battery life, and it would have had better third-party support. And this thing was clearly rushed, and you cannot defend this. You cannot defend what's been going on in that compilation video. Apparently, there's a rumor that was the source is the person who's pretty much confirmed everything, even the Neon Joy-Cons. They said that there's supposed to be a more powerful version of the Switch coming, and if that's the case, I don't even know if I want to buy a Switch right now, because a better version could come out. And it's like, damn, I feel like I wasted my money. But
especially if they release that the same year the console comes out.
Well, that would be gross.
Yeah.
Like, Switch fans would be like, what the fuck? I just bought this thing and you're telling me there's a better version already coming out?
That's essentially like buying the prototype.
Yeah.
In E3 2017, Nintendo's going to announce the Nintendo Switch.
Jake, you keep cutting out.
Are you sure? Because Pinstripe just heard exactly.
You cut out at the end.
Wait, you actually said the Nintendo Switch NX?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, you just said Nintendo Switch and you cut out.
I said watch E3 2017.
Oh, I didn't even hear watch. I thought you were like reading
Switch
something.
Plus.
The Nintendo Switch Plus. I'm
Or
pretty
the
sure.
Nintendo Switch, or no. The Nintendo Switch U.
God. pretty sure, Nintendo faithful, they eat up everything Nintendo throws at them. So, like, like they'll live. But what Nintendo fans need to understand is that Nintendo needs to appeal to the masses. That's how they profit off their stuff. The Wii, the Wii is the perfect example. Nintendo faithful wouldn't have got it to 100 million sales. The Wii U sales prove that. You guys only made up like a tenth, or like not even a tenth of what the Wii was. Like, come on. Like, I know you guys are happy, but the masses are not, and so I don't know how much better this will sell than the Wii U. I know it will sell better than the Wii U, but how much better? That's really the question here.
Depends. They fix their fucking shit.
They need to fix it.
They fix the goddamn console, maybe.
Oh, moving on to least important news. We probably won't even discuss this for even 3 minutes, but the Zelda Symphony is in Seattle this year, and it's happening on September 22nd. Lucky me, I actually get to see one of these things now. As long as I get a ticket before, they get sold out, but, yeah, that's cool. I've never been to Zelda Symphony. I'm excited to see it. Anyways, that concludes episode 2 of the 4Play podcast. I think we did a lot. We definitely did a lot better on this episode than on episode 1, where freaking Keeler left in the middle of the thing. It was understandable because he was waiting for a game and then he went to go play it. But yeah, he left in the middle of the thing to go get a game, and so it was just me and Memba. I'm happy that Pinstripe and Jake made it, and I grabbed them when I could, because this was a perfect opportunity to do another podcast episode. Is there anything that you guys want to say before I conclude this?
I'm just gonna go those Chicken McNuggets
What?
podcasts.
Jake, you cut out after the Chicken McNugget.
Yeah.
You got
Basically, I said that I'm gonna go eat those Chicken McNuggets. Memba went and made me. That's why he wasn't here. With
Can we kick
with
him?
delivered me from McDonald's.
Jake. Yeah. Anyways, if you're listening to this on SoundCloud, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We got game. We don't have the actual name in the link yet. I think we have to have. Don't we have to have 100 subs to get the channel link?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, 100 subs for channel link, and yeah. And if you're on YouTube watching this, follow us on SoundCloud, because SoundCloud, it goes on SoundCloud first because it takes way less time to upload to SoundCloud. So yeah, follow us on SoundCloud. Anyways, this is 8360, and we'll have some other content besides the podcast on here soon. Yeah, we'll get it figured out. Anyways, Jake, what do you have that stupid T-Pain engine on?
No.
Oh, I thought I heard you using the T-Pain engine, but
Can I use that next podcast?
oh, God.
Can we
Oh, careful,
always-
we might get a copyright claim. See, the fact that we even mentioned Nintendo probably will get a claim put on this freaking
Bro,
thing. That would
bro,
be so
he-
stupid. What?
Katie, next episode, guys, we're gonna use the T-Pain engine. Everyone.
No.
No.
But
Everyone can use an auto tune.
yeah. Anyways, yeah. See you guys later.